So tell us your journey. Now you've been UC Irvine, and tell us your experience of when and how did you discover the ARP neuro technology, and tell us a little about that experience.
We had an athlete that had a groin strain last year, almost a year to this date. And so we were trying to get her back as soon as we could. And I think our coach had a connection to Jeff. And so Jeff brought the device out and introduced it to us and really helped us in a pinch. And since then, we have been in contact with each other, and he came out over the summer too to like really show us the device and like what it can be used for. And I've been impressed with it ever since.
I mean, obviously, all your training, there's so many different modalities, and all of a sudden now it's like, okay, how has this been out there and I haven't heard of it? Is that, I'm assuming, some of the thought process behind it, or?
100%. Because I like talking to other athletic trainers too. A lot of them are like, no, like, what is that? It was something that I had never heard of before. And I'm not a big modality person. I don't use a lot of modalities. I like to use my hands the most, probably. As far as modalities go, this is an incredible one that like we for sure want to get our hands on. Ever since I've seen the success with it, like I want to continue to use it.
Tell us the experience of the student athletes. How do they initially respond to the treatment? And then tell us a little about that experience.
It's been a love-hate relationship with our athletes. They love the progress that they see with it, the results that they see with it, but they don't like the process of it. But they know how much better they feel after doing it. So they always come back to do it.
Tell us your thoughts on, and I love asking this question, how do you compare it? Everybody says, oh yeah, I've felt that contractions. It's like a TENS unit. What are your thoughts and how do you respond to that?
I say it's like a TENS unit on crack. It hits a lot deeper than what a TENS unit is. A TENS unit is so peripheral, and what this does is it targets much deeper than what a TENS unit would. And it's a lot stronger of a connection to your nervous system than what a TENS unit could ever do.
I'm assuming you guys are just using the RX, or do you guys have any of the PRS for the players?
We have been utilizing both. It's been nice being able to take the PRS on the road with us. So I can do like a foot bath treatment with my girls if they needed it, or just have that device on blood flow and have them sleep with that overnight. So that's been really clutch for us.
Tell us a couple of just real life examples of a treatment that you did on a player. You mentioned the groin injury. Tell us some other ones that you just kind of scratch your head and go, wow.
The first one, when I found out that I was like, okay, this is kind of the real deal, is I have a athlete with sesamoiditis. She has a fracture of her medial sesamoid in her first toe. You have two little bones in there, and her medial one is split in half. So she has a bipartite fracture of that, and then leading to like sesamoiditis. And we're looking at options now for later, but not much could take her pain away. When we talked to our team physician, he stated that surgery is kind of like 50-50. It could help if we took that bone out, but it might not help. And so we decided to just kind of treat it conservatively. She's been able to practice. We kind of limit her impact, her running, her jumping. And so typically if like the team is running, she's off to the side, like on the bike or doing plank. So we conservatively try to like treat it. And we've tried like TENS units, and we've tried cupping, we've tried Graston, we've done it all, and nothing usually brings her pain down. And so we did the foot bath on her, and she had a lot of success with that. She was like, wow, I actually do feel a little bit better. Did it take her pain like all the way away? No, but like it brought it down from, if it was at a 7, it brought it down to like a 4. So it's been helping her manage to go through the season. And so she's the one that usually has the PRS with her because she uses that the most. And so like after a hard practice day, I'm always like, hey, let's do a foot bath. And she's always down to do that. And she finds the most success with that.
Any other injuries or anything that have come to mind that you could share with us?
As you know, with the basketball team, a common injury that you see is patellar tendonitis, when that tendon just gets so irritated. And I find that it's usually because our VMO is not doing its job. It's not tracking that patella properly. I've found a lot of success with the RX on this one because I'm able to, once I do the scan, typically the hot spot is on the VMO. I do the scan, it's on the VMO. Sometimes it's the second one could vary from kind of more like proximal quad. It could be more lateral quad, but 80% of the time it's that VMO. And so when we've done the protocols and put it on the VMO and had them do some rehab exercises with the RX on, immediately after they'll be like, whoa, my knees aren't tender anymore. Like I can squat, like this feels weird. Like, although they're like cussing up a storm because they hate the process. Mm-hmm. They love how they feel after. So it's been a game changer in that aspect. We've been able to like get them to do their rehabs more effectively because of it.
What other sports have dabbled in it? Any other sports?
We've had women's volleyball dabble in it. We've had, I guess I would just like pick the athletic trainers that dabbled with it. But Nicole, who works with women's volleyball, Francis, who works track and field, Georgia, who works men's and women's water polo. We're trying to get Justin, our baseball guy, to start using it. And soccer's been using it. Women's soccer has been using it. Men's soccer has been using it. I mean, almost all of our sports have used at least a foot bath